My husband and I travel frequently with another family who have children the same age. It started out as my husband and his friends, but over time, the wife has become one of, if not my best friend. They live interstate, but we talk most days. We are 2 weeks away from an international holiday with them when he asked me in a private message if I was with my husband at the time and to message back when I was alone. The message I received from him was if I would like to hook up whilst overseas, and at the same time said, obviously don't say a word to them, meaning his wife and also my husband. I actually asked if he was joking, to which he replied, no, but now it's a bit awkward. I brushed it off.
Joke.
I brushed it off and politely declined as we were about to spend a significant amount of time with them. I am planning on telling my husband that we will need to rearrange our holiday and accommodation plans. She is going to know something has happened. So when she asked me why are we cancelling on them, what do I say? She is my best friend. If roles were reversed, I 100% would want to know. We have always suspected he's probably not 100% faithful to her, but this is just too far. To make matters worse, she is pregnant.
I feel like I 100% knew what I was going to say until you dropped the pregnancy bomb.
I know the information is going to ruin her life. Fuck.
Before you said she was pregnant, I was saying 100% tell them. Now she's pregnant. I still think that she needs to know, but it does change things. Like, oh, fuck. Nah, he's a scumbag. I think she needs to know. As a best friend, he hit you up when his wife is pregnant and you are friends of the couple. That is like the scum on the bottom of my shower after I came back from the jungle.
So I know someone whose parents got divorced because their father was having an affair with someone who they would go and timeshare on holidays with. So basically families would all go together to this location, have a family holiday together, and all the families would be, like Sarah and Stephen are coming over, Mary and whatever his name is are coming over. We're all going to bring the kids and stay in a big condo. They did that. And then her dad and another woman were hooking up.
But okay, not that I am a cheating connoisseur, never cheated. Not my thing. But why would you want to cheat on a family holiday? Like, how does that even happen? How are you going to say like, oh my God, you guys just chill here while me and your wife go for a romantic beach walk?
We're just going to go for a little walk. You guys stay here.
How do you even explain that?
Hey, Steve, you stay with my pregnant wife and I'll take your wife. And
I'm going to take your pregnant wife. Yeah. And I'm going to poke her behind the bush. Like, why would you cheat in that scenario?
To me, it screams volumes about the person that he is, that this is not a one-off thing. Like, he must do this type of stuff on the regular and get away with it. And he's probably banking on the fact that you're not going to make a scene because he probably has gotten away with it thus far. Like most people, and often it's my advice on this podcast because I don't like bringing other people's dramas into my life. Like I said earlier, my life is drama free, baby, and I want to keep it that way. So not that I've been in a situation even remotely like this, but I don't like to in any way bring other people's dramas into my life. And that's kind of a boundary I've set for myself. But the problem is this drama walked into your life and it has affected not only your relationship with your husband if you keep this a secret from him, it also has ruined the relationship you have with your friend. So I would say take baby steps with this. The very first step is have an honest conversation with your husband around what he has sent, why you want to change locations, because I think he needs to know the full facts.
But your husband's turning up to that guy's door.
But it's, maybe leave it to him to do that, because the thing is at the very least, you don't want to triangulate the person you're in a relationship with because you've not done anything wrong, but keeping that a secret triangulates your husband and it means that then you are doing something wrong. So he's the first person. Sit down, have an honest conversation with him and work out together what you think is the best strategy for approaching this, because he might be able to give you, because he's going to have more understanding and he's going to know these people way better than what we do from this one paragraph. But then I think my next thing would be to say that you're obviously cancelling the holiday. You're obviously going to go and do something else separate to them. And I would, even though I say I hate drama, I would message my friend who's my best friend and say, your husband messaged me inappropriately. I wouldn't give the full context of it. I would say he's messaged me inappropriately and I don't think it's suitable for us to go on holiday. And I would have to leave it at that because I don't think I would want to go down into like the nitty gritty of giving the messages. I think that type of thing it's too hurtful, and I would give him the opportunity to come clean with that information.
I almost agree with everything you said, and I agree with I never want to bring the drama into my life, but I always put myself in the position, right? So if it was you, if Matt had messaged me, or, you know, vice versa, Ben had messaged you, but if Matt had messaged me, there is no part of me when I put it like that to myself that wouldn't tell you. None. We couldn't have a normal relationship. We could not, you and I, could not go about our days.
We couldn't be business partners.
No, let alone friends. No, we couldn't. But I think what you would do is, and I would want you to tell me if my partner, pregnant or not, and I truly believe that. Because
pregnant.
You need
I
to
keep
have...
forgetting about the L pregonin.
You need to have all the information to make a decision when you are in that situation, when you're pregnant and going to have a relationship, bring a child into the world. But I would I would tell my partner first because he deserves to know. But then I would beg him, because I know my partner would want to go and say something to this guy. I would say, please let me speak to her first, and then you can do what you want to do, because she deserves to hear it from you, not from a fight that's happening, you know, between husbands. I also wouldn't text her to have the conversation. I'd be doing it in person.
Yeah, I would.
And I know you say, Laura, don't go into detail. You have to go into detail because, A, she's not going to accept that. She's not going to say, okay, what did he text you? And she's not going to accept you saying, I'm not telling you. You need to tell her everything. So
yeah,
that
you're right. She won't accept that, will
so
she?
she can go
I'd
and
be
have
like,
that.
you better fucking tell me, Britt.
100%. I would chain you to the ground. I would sit on your face and be like, I'm going to fart in your face too. Tell me. That's the extreme I'd go.
Okay, I mean, I don't know if that would get it out of me, but
it would, for sure.
Really torture it out of me there, Britt.
If I'd had garlic fettuccine carbonara the night before, you'd tell me.
I think my feelings about this, though, is that you have been put into a horrible situation that you didn't ask for, that you have no control over. And I think this is really, going back to what I said earlier, this is really indicative of the type of person he is and the behavior that he's probably gotten away with many times prior. The thing that's so frustrating, though, and I'm sure this is what's going to happen, but I am projecting a bit. He will downplay this. He will say he was drunk, or there will be some excuse that he manages to come up with to minimize his behavior, which he will try and use in order to fix the situation so that way, you know, his whole life doesn't implode as well, because he clearly doesn't want to run away with you. He's propositioning you because he knows that if you two were to have, you know, some sort of like liaison, you're not going to leave your husband, and he doesn't need to leave his wife, right? He just wants the thrill of having sex outside of his marriage. Maybe he's not getting any because his wife's pregnant. Not saying that's okay, but that will be part of the excuse that he will use. He will use that as the reasoning that his desire is not being met, and he was looking for someone to satisfy that.
Again, not a
Disgusting.
cheating connoisseur, but if you are going to cheat on your pregnant wife, why do you do it with her best friend? Like, there's a really high chance that the best friend is going to call bullshit and implode your relationship. And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to tell you guys how to cheat, but that's just shocking to me. I'm like, this guy's a moron.
I mean, they might have a flirty friendship. A lot of people do have flirty friendships, and it
irrelevant.
Doesn't mean I know it's irrelevant, but maybe they have a flirty friendship and he's interpreted that flirty friendship as being able to be pushed in a direction that it absolutely can't. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, and I don't know why I'm playing devil's advocate here, but it's just such a bold and crazy thing to have been messaged. But I honestly, Britt, thinking about it from our perspective, like if Ben messaged me something inappropriate,
you'd probably go there just once. It's worth it.
You did say the sex is good. Fuck no.
I'd probably let you once, just so we could talk about it.
We need content. Things have been dry on the podcast recently.
You'd tell me.
I would tell you, but it would ruin the friendship. Even though I hadn't done anything wrong, it would still, I think, ruin the friendship. I think that there would be a level of like resentment, and
I wouldn't hold that against you at all. I'm pretty good at I think I would be like, well, that's nothing to do with you. You're hot. He's only human. Can you blame him? But
wizard sleeve over here.
Yeah, he did that without even knowing a wizard sleeve.
I cast a magic spell on him.
I think that maybe it'll be hard to maintain a friendship in that situation, but the blame would never be on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's so hard.
Can you give us an aftermath? Why don't you guys ever give us enough aftermaths? Laura and I lose sleep over this. We need to know what happens in
I haven't
this
slept in
situation.
years because of your ask Uncut.
Yeah, not the kids.